Hello everyone, welcome to our next section of OCM. We are studying chapter number 4, that is business services. In the previous lecture, we have already studied what do we mean by business services and what are the 5 basic business services that we are going to study in this chapter. Basically, business services are all those services that are associated with business that helps in running of the business, that helps in facilitating the growth and expansion of a business, right? Transportation or communication. Without all these services, business cannot be run. You need to transport goods from one place to another. You need to communicate with your people in order to run your business. Okay, so all those services or activities that are associated with running of business is called as business services. There are 5 basic business services which we are going to study in this chapter: transportation, communication, warehousing, banking, and insurance. The very basic and the very simple mode business service is transportation. We do not need to make you understand what do you mean by transportation. You know what is transportation. Transportation is in India, transport plays an important role. After 1991, development of infrastructure within the country has progressed rapid pace, and today there are different modes of transport used, such as air, water, and land. Yes, we are all aware about air transport, water transport, land transport, rail transport, etc. We know what do we mean by transportation. Transportation is basically movement of people or things from one place to another. If you're going from one city to another city, that is transportation. If you're moving from one state to another state, that is transportation. If you're moving from one country to another country, that is again transportation. Movement or carrying of goods and things and people and animals, anything, movement of one from one place to another place is called as transportation. Transportation is movement of goods, people, animals from one location to another location. Right? Well understood? What transportation also one uses various modes. What are the various modes of transport? Road transport, rail transport, air transport, water transport, monorail and metro, ropeways and pipeline. Very basic and the very important mode of transport is road transport. Roads are means that connect people and places on the surface of the land. What do you mean by road transport? I do not have to explain. Why? Because we know what do we mean by roads. We are connected with roads. Our country or the entire world is connected with roads. There are roads between one locality to another locality, one city to another city, one state to another state. Where no other mode of transport can reach, road transport has to reach. Why? Because roads are present everywhere. There may not be any airport, there may not be any railway station, so rail transport and air transport cannot be accessible. But roads are present everywhere. That is, whether it be hilly areas or drought areas or flooded areas, there have to be presence of road, and road transport is accessible and reachable to all the parts of the world. Various means of transportation used in roads are rickshaws, buses, cars, trucks, bullock carts, cycles, trailers, and other modes of road transport. We are all aware of it. In India, Ministry of Road Transport and Highway looks after the development of surface transport through the country. And as we all know, every coin has two sides. Every mode of transport also has its advantages and disadvantages. The very first advantage of road transport is it is the cheapest mode of transport. You do not require to have a big amount to travel through road transport. Like for air transport, you have to have big amount. Like even if you want to make a domestic flight, you will have to pay 1400 1500 rupees for one travel, one sided. But in case of road transport, it is a cheapest mode of transport. You barely require certain money to transport from one place to another. It provides door-to-door services. It is one of the most distinguishing advantage of road transport, that it provides door-to-door services. No other transport mode, air, water, rail, pipeline, no other modes of transport have this facility which road transport have, providing the facility of door-to-door services. You cannot, if you are traveling through railways, then to reach your house from railway station you require road transport. If you are walking, if you are traveling through airways, you require road transport to move from airport to your home. Road transport are the only modes of transport that provide door-to-door services. It carries you from your door and makes you reach to the door of your destination. Perishable goods can be transported in short distances. Road transport is suitable for carrying goods which are perishable for short distances. If there is long distance, like from Kashmir to Kerala, if you want to transport Kashmiri apples to Kerala, you cannot use road transport because they are perishable in nature and the distance is very long. It will require days and it may perish. So it is suitable for short distance to carry perishable goods. It helps people to travel and carry goods from one place to another place where no other modes of transport. I just said if there is a hilly area like hill stations, you cannot go to hill stations via railways or other modes of transport, waterways. You can only go to those areas by the help of roadways. So where no other transport is available, road transport is available. What are the disadvantages of road transport? Limited carrying capacity. A car can carry only 5 people. A truck can carry only some tons of goods. Whereas if you compare, a railway can carry thousands of passengers at a time, or a cargo ship can carry 1,000 tons of goods at a time. So it has a limited carrying capacity. Second, transportation of heavy and bulky goods involves high cost, because if you want to transport heavy goods from one place to another, you cannot use normal vehicles. You will have to hire specialized trailers and vehicles for carrying heavy goods, which will in turn require high cost. It is affected by adverse weather conditions such as floods, rains and landslides. Yes, roads are blocked because of landslides, floods and rain, and the transportation is stopped because of the weather conditions. So yes, it is highly affected by weather. There is a possibility of road accidents, which is very common. You get to hear about road accidents every day. It causes pollution, which is also one of the disadvantages, because it affects the health of the people. Because of use of improper fuel, pollution is created through road transport. The second mode of transport that we are going to study is rail transport. India have government sector monopoly in railways. Indian Railways is a public sector undertaking. It is the only thing which is not privatized in India yet, but it will be soon as expected. Transportation of goods and passengers on rail lines through trains is called as rail transport. It occupies important place in land transport system and is dependable mode of transport for carrying goods and passengers. In India, Ministry of Railways look after the development of rail transport through the country. Indian Railways run various trains like passenger trains, mails, express and cargoes of goods trains. Some popular trains are Rajdhani Express, Ronpo Express, Shatabdi Express, etc. Railways or rail transport is the transport which is carried through the railway tracks of the country. The trains are used to transport goods and goods and people from one place to another place with the help of the railway network. Roads are different and railway tracks are different, and carrying of goods and people with the help of railway tracks from one place to another place connected through railway tracks is called as rail transport. What are the advantages and disadvantages of rail transport? We'll see. The very first advantage of rail transport is it is convenient mode of transport for traveling long distance. Yes, we spoke about road transport. It is suitable for short distances. For long distances, you have to go for rail transport. Why? Because it is faster as compared to road transport, and it is suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods in large quantities. Because trains are huge, trains are long, and you can load a lot of goods on train, and it is easier to load goods on train as compared to waterways or airways. It is a faster mode of transport compared to road transport, I just said, because it takes a lot of days to travel from one place to another place by road, but it requires less time by railways. It is less affected by adverse weather conditions because goods are stored inside the bogies of the trains, which are protected from air and water and rain and floods. Okay, it ensures safety and security of goods. Goods are safe. There are less chances of accidents as compared to road transport in case of rail transport. What are the disadvantages of railways? It is relatively costly as compared to road transport for short distances. Like you will have to first reach to the railway station, and then you will have to transfer from railway station to another railway station and then to your destination. It is a bit costly as compared to road transport, and it requires accessibility. Railway stations should be there, otherwise you won't be able to access rail transport. You cannot just move out of your house, and there are no railway tracks connected to the door of your house. Roadways are connected to you. That is why door-to-door services is an advantage of road transport, but disadvantage of railway transport, no door-to-door services. It involves heavy losses of life as well as goods in case of accidents. Yes, car accidents and road accidents we get to hear every day, but the amount of loss is less as compared to railways, because once a railway occurs an accident, it has a heavy impact on the economy of the country, on the life of the people. Time flexibility is not there as trains are running as per the fixed time. Yes, roadways you can just pick up a call and call a cab, and you can use roadways, but railways you have to go through the timetable. Like there is a train which goes from Baikalla to Borivali from 3 p.m. So you'll have to wait till 3 p.m. to travel from Baikalla to Borivali. And as the Indian judiciary system runs, trains are usually late. So it will be 3:30 or 3:40. You will be late to your work. But if you go via roadways, you will be able to reach on time. It does not provide door-to-door service. The third mode of transport is air transport. Air transport carries goods and passengers through airways by using different aircraft like passengers, aircraft, cargo, and helicopter. This is the fastest mode of transport, but it does not provide door-to-door service. In hilly air mountain areas where other modes of transport is not accessible, air transport is important. Air transport is suitable mode in case of emergency like war, medical, natural calamities, rescue operations. Air transport is classified into domestic transport and international transport. It is carried out in fixed air routes. Okay. Firstly, air transport is carrying goods and passengers from one place to another place through airways. No roads or railway tracks are used here. Only airways, suitable and fixed air routes are used to transfer or transport from one place to another place. It is mostly suitable for long distances because it is very costly, and there has to be an availability of airports for using the this mode of transport. It does not provide door-to-door service because you cannot have a helicopter landed over your terrace, or you cannot have an aeroplane land into your garage. No, it's not possible, as airports are necessary for doing that. So door-to-door service is a big no in case of air transport. But areas which are not accessible, hilly areas, or areas where war has happened, or natural calamities have happened, and roads and railways and other modes of transport have stopped, there air transport can be used to provide relief and other facilities. What are the advantages of air transport? Fastest means of transport among all the other modes of transport. It plays an important role during emergency and natural calamities for providing war equipment and relief to the people affected in that area. As air transport uses natural ways, no separate construction of routes. Yes, it is also another advantage. Roads have to be constructed and properly maintained. Railway tracks have to be constructed and properly maintained. But airways, you do not have to make any infrastructure or make any ways or routes. It makes its natural routes. So it is one of the advantages. It is less polluting as compared to road transport. It does not affect the health of the people. It is useful in areas where the means are not accessible. What are the disadvantages of air transport? It is the most expensive mode of transport. Only people with good money can have access. People with small businesses or small money cannot access air transport. It is affected by adverse weather conditions. We get to hear it every day during rainy seasons. Flights cancelled due to bad weather conditions. Flights cancelled due to rain. Flights cancelled due to this, that. Why? Because you are using airways, and there is a certain change. Slight change in the weather also affects the running of the air transport. It is not suitable for short distances, yes, because it is expensive and it does not have door-to-door service. It does not require infrastructure, roads and anything, or routes to be constructed, but it have a high investment in cost. It have a high investment cost, such as construction of airports, runways and air traffic control, etc. We are all aware of it. Air transport is subject to international restrictions, as airplanes of some nations are not allowed to fly over other countries. Yes, because of bad relations or certain other reasons, some countries restrict flying the aeroplanes of your country over their territory. So you have to, if you want to go to that place, you cannot use air transport. Another more important and very beneficial mode of transport is water transport. Water transport refers to movement of goods, animals, people, passengers through waterways by using various means like boats, steamers, launches and ships. With the help of these means, goods and passengers are moved from one place to another place, from one state to another state, or basically, most importantly, from one country to another country. When the goods and passengers move inside the country, it is known as inland water transport, and when goods and transport are outside, when the different means of transport are used to carry goods and passengers on the ocean sea route, it is known as ocean or sea transport. In India, Ministry of Shipping looks after development of ocean transport through the country. Most importantly, waterways are used for export and import of goods and services within the various countries. Advantages of water transport is it is relatively economical as compared to air transport. It is cheaper and economical because goods in huge quantities are transferred at once. Big ships and cruises carry tons, thousands and million tons of goods at once. So it is economical. It is not very costly. It is a safe mode of transport because occurrence of accidents is less as compared to roads and railways. It helps to promote international trade for export and import. There is no cost of constructing, again as similar to air transport. They use natural ways or routes, so there is no need of constructing infrastructure. It offers more flexibility as compared to rail transport. Rails can move only through the rail track, but water transport can change its route as per the requirement. So it is flexible as compared to railways. What are the disadvantages? It does not provide door-to-door services. You cannot have a ocean or a sea lying in your building, below your building. No, you cannot use door-to-door services. It gets heavily affected by adverse weather conditions. If there are cyclones, if there are tsunami, if there is flood, if there is heavy rain, it affects your waterways transport. It is comparatively slow-moving transport. Yes, it takes months and days and years to transfer from one country to another, whereas in air transport it goes within hours, but it is expensive. So we use water transport for being it economical. So there comes the disadvantage with that it is a slow-moving transport. More investment cost. Similar to air transport, there is no cost of infrastructure, but there is a cost of investment for making ports and ships and its maintenance. It is subject to the perils of sea. If there are pirates in the sea, they take your goods away. If there are rats, rodents or other animals on the ship, they damage your goods. Okay, so all these things are the perils of the sea, which affects the running of the waterways and have adverse effect on your goods. So you have to insure your goods for that, which we'll be studying in another business services. Okay, and the last three modes of transport are monorail. Monorail are transport systems which are rapid, quick movement of people from one place to another place. It is similar to railways, but it uses these types of transport are energy efficient and less polluting. A monorail is a rail in which the track consists of a single rail or a beam, and it moves with that beam only. Okay, from the passenger's perspective, monorails are have various advantages because railways have a lot of intersections. You have to wait on all the intersections and then you go, but monorail have only one beam, so it moves very quickly and very fast. There is no traffic jams and there is no problem of collision, because railways, one track is going from right and one is going from left. If the railway does not stop on the intersection, there is a problem of collision, but monorail there is only one beam, so there is no problem of collision. Example is Mumbai monorail and metro rail. Ropeways is a mode of transport which connects two places, basically in hilly areas where one have to move over the rivers. There is no roadways, there is no railways, and airways cannot be used for such short distance. So you use ropeways for moving from point A to point B over the river. Example of Raigad ropeway. Examples are Raigad ropeway at Sonmarg in Srinagar. We use gondolas to transfer through ropeways and trolleys. Pipeline transport. is last mode of transport. It sends goods through a pipe, most commonly liquid and gases. Short distance systems exist for sewage, slurry or water, while long distance networks are used for petroleum and natural gas. We see pipelines transferring water to our homes. That is an example of pipeline transport. So these were the basic 7 modes of transport. I hope I have made it clear. Thank you.